that yesterday's lecture. Okay. So Guten Morgen. Today again we will revise our syllabus. What we can say, and as far as oh, I'm sharing the screen first. Okay. Is it visible, Aditi?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. So these things that we have seen midterm exam, Fraga Eins, D Dhalan. So we have to write down the spelling of it. Okay, and then there readers, here we are also going to write not only singular but also the plural form of this, the plural, singular and plural. So these nouns that you will get it from abstinent eins bis abstinent fünf. This means up to, right? So chapter number 1 to chapter number 5. So whatever nouns are there, you please write it down. It's like a vocabulary which is which has been built by you only. So like that, you are going to build it. Fraga dry is conjugation of the verbs. Here we have seen, special verbs, regular verbs, irregular verbs, like fahren. Fahren is a irregular verb. So like that, okay. So the conjugation is very important, not fill in the blanks. Conjugation of the verb. So is to er is the, wir is easy, and you are going to conjugate. Then fourth one is translate into German and vice versa. So like this thing, and vice versa means German into English, like that. Okay. And then Frage 5 is the bilden die Sätze. Here we are going to build our own sentences. So some verb, noun, subject, object is given to you, and using the object, subject, verb, right? You have to put a position, proper position, and then you have to conjugate the verb correctly, right? You have to you have to see that whether the verb is action verb or positional verb. So depending upon that, you have to put that noun in accusative form or dative form, right? So this thing is important. So actually frage fear and frage fume, so this will carry 10 marks. This is totally creativity. But in this creativity, again, I am repeating that whatever vocabulary and whatever grammar we have studied, right? That only I am going to put it. So it is not out of the box at all, right? So you will not found any kind of noun, a single word I can say, right, which is out of this whatever we have taken. It will be not like that. Whatever we have taken from that only, vocabulary and grammar will be there. Okay. And already again I am telling you that the chapters or the videos I have uploaded right from beginning. So please go through it quickly. You can review this. Okay. Now today let's see the revision of chapter number 1 onwards. Right. So I will take it. It's like a quick review of this thing. So I will read it, I will translate it also, and just you concentrate on it. Okay, so Guten Tag, ich bin Anton Brega. Mein Name ist Richard Robertson. Ich komme aus England und lerne hier Deutsch. Mein Name ist Peter Carlis. Ich gehe auch hier in die Schule. Richard ist mein Freund. Ihr seid Freunde? Lernt ihr oft zusammen? Ja, aber Peter arbeitet nicht viel. Er arbeitet wenig. Ich sage immer, Peter, du bist faul und ich bin fleißig. Acha, ich bin faul und du bist fleißig. Das ist falsch. Du lernst langsam und ich lerne schnell. Wo ist denn die Lehrerin? Kommt sie nicht? Nein, Frau Mehr kommt nicht. Sie ist in Bonn. Aber dort kommt Herr Müller. Er ist der Lehrer. Richtig, ich bin der Lehrer und Sie sind die Schüler. Ich frage und Sie antworten. Wir lernen die Sprache, wir üben die Grammatik und wir lernen die Regeln. Wo ist das Buch, Herr Robertson? Hier ist das Buch. Hier sind auch ein Heft, ein Füller und ein Bleistift. Richtig, danke. So while reading this, if anyone wants to ask something, please ask, like translation or like that. Okay, so something like the more thing is over here, something in between this Richard and Peterson. So Peter arbeitet nicht viel. So Peter doesn't work much. He works little. So is I always say, Peter, you are lazy and I am hard worker. So he's saying, I am lazy and you are hard worker. That is wrong, right? You are learning very slowly and I am learning fast. Where is then the teacher, lady teacher, right? Does she not come? So no, she has not come yet. She is in bone, but here the Mr. Mueller comes. Here is he is the teacher, like that. Okay, so this is the heart of the chapter number one. Okay, and something the nouns which are like that. Here is das book. So book is das book, right? Ein Heft, right? And then Fuller, Bleistift. So these are the something like nouns we should understand. And for these nouns, here we have got the exercise for this. Okay. So if you look at the dare did us, so all these nouns already we have conjugated or not conjugated. Already we have put the dare did us, as well as we also know its plural form. So for example, land. Can you tell what is hey dare did us land, Aditi?
Das
Hello.
Land.
Does land D?
Lender.
Very nice. Does land D lender? Okay, which is very very important. Then let's say regel. Aryan, can you tell regel?
Sir, der regel,
D regel.
die regel,
D regel and D.
regeln.
Yes, very nice. N you have to put. Okay. So this is very important. Dare did us. Okay. So whatever dare did us, you please see this. Here it is only written. D regel. Does heft. Der Lehrer. Okay. So this is very very important. Okay. Der Fuller. Fuller is der Fuller. Okay, so this is very very important, and also you should know the plural form. Okay, so at that time you should able to recollect, what are these there readers. Okay, so do not guess anything. Guessing mat karo, like there rahega nahi to d rahega, not like that. Try to remember. Okay, and if you get it correctly, then it's fine. Sorry. Okay. uh, So all these nouns we will not see. Just we will take a review of it. So let's say eine, ein and eine. Lehrerin, anyone? Lehrerin, Aditi, Lehrerin.
Lehrerinnen.
नाही नाही Lehrerinnen कुठून काढलं? Ein क्या eine ना?
Eine.
Eine. And if it is asked ein und eine, विचारणार नाहीच आहेत, right? So I'm not going to put ein und eine. But when once it is there ein und eine, there is no plural form for ein und eine. Try to understand this, right? Because ein und eine, it is indefinite article. A lady teacher, a question. So if I'm saying a or a, right? So you should not have the plural form of that. Okay. Now at this time it's okay. Okay, fine. But you have to just say eine. Okay. So this is different thing, but try to understand. Ein und eine. It is there and does. For both the masculine and neutral, you have to put ein only. Whereas only for feminine it is aina. So aina agar आता है तो it's very simple for you, because there you should not confuse between there and does. Okay, so like that. Conjugation of the verb. This is very important. Frage, fragen is the verb. Let's say. Okay, so est, ent, en. These are the regular verbs. Regular type of verbs. Right? See the example: gehen, lernen, liegen, kommen, sagen, üben. Üben means to practice. Okay. Sagen to say, kommen to come, liegen to be situated, lernen to learn, gehen to go. And if the verb ends, root of the verb ends with T or D, you are going to write what? E-E-S-T-E-T. E-N, E-T, E-N. So that is what is important, right? And there can be verb like arbeiten, bilden is also verb, B-I-L-D-E-N, bilden. So ich bilde, du bildest, er is the bildet, wir bilden, ihr bildet, sie sie bilden, like that. Okay. For example, üben, so cross en, so ich übe, Du jubst, is jupt, wir jubeln, ihr jubt, sie jubeln. So like that. Okay. So what I'm trying to say, एक तो आप you write it in the notebook, conjugate all the verbs so that by hand it will you will get a practice, right? And again in between that, because the next week on Sunday we have got exam, right? So in between that we have got 1 week. So between the 1 week, whatever doubts if you are having, right, you can directly call me. Okay, you can ask me the questions, or let's say if I am not available, I am in the lecture or like that, you can WhatsApp me. WhatsApp आप ऑडियो फाइल WhatsApp करके भेज सकते हो. You can just say ऑडियो में कि sir this is the pronunciation, is it correct or no, right? So I will also send you audio only, right, in my voice, this is not correct, this is correct, like that. So try to conjugate all the verbs. Verbs are very very important. These are the special verbs we have seen. It sein is the special verb. Let's see this. Ich bin, du bist, sie ist, wir sind, ihr seid, sie sind. Very simple. Okay. And obviously these are the exercises, this just you go through it, because this type of things I have not asked, but if you know conjugation, definitely you can able to put it over here, right? So please make it sure that you are knowing this. Then negation adjective is fine. Abschnitt 2. Let's see. Der Unterricht, the lecture. Okay, die Schüler gehen in das Schulzimmer. Der Lehrer kommt auch und der Unterricht beginnt. So in that, see, whenever I'm reading this, try to write down the nouns. Schüler is the noun. Schulzimmer, Lehrer, Unterricht. बस यानी 1 2 3 4 चार तो नाउन मिल गए. गहन, कोमेन, बेगिनन, 3 वर्ब मिल गए. Try to conjugate. Try to see what is the dare us of all these things. Okay, try to manage. What can be the plural form this. If you are stuck with the plural form, ask me. I will definitely give it to you. Right. So, but see that. So, guten Morgen. Ich sage jetzt einen Satz. Wiederholen Sie den Satz. Okay, please repeat the sentence. Here is the Schulzimmer. Here is the classroom. So now classroom description you can say. Es hat ein Fußboden, eine Decke und vier Wände. Hier vorn hängt die Tafel und sind auch Kreide und Schwamm. Dort hinten hängt die Landkarte. Rechts ist die Tür und links ist die Fenster. Dort oben hängen die Lampen. Wir haben auch Tische und viele Stühle. Right? Die Schüler wiederholen die Sätze. Right? Der Lehrer verbessert die Fehler und dann sagt dann, danke, sehr gut. Jetzt frage ich und Sie antworten. Er zeigt ein Buch. Was habe ich hier, Herr Robertson? So, Sie haben ein Buch. Richtig, Herr Robertson, das Buch. Und wie heißt das der Plural? Die Bücher. Gut. Lernen Sie immer den Artikel und den Plural. That is what I am also saying, right? Always learn the article, not only der did form, but always the plural also. Singular and plural. Always learn that. Dann machen Sie keine Fehler, obviously. Then you cannot make any kind of mistake. So er zeigt einen Bleistift. Right? He shows a pencil. Was habe ich hier montaged? Right? Sie haben einen Fühler. Nein, das ist nicht richtig. Was habe ich Herr Carlis? Sie haben einen Bleistift. Gut. Bilden Sie ja, jetzt einen Satz bitte. Right. Now he is asking, very good. You are, told me good, perfect thing that you have a pencil. Now you have to form the sentence, please. So now he is forming the sentence along with the pencil. Now he is forming what? Der Bleistift ist lang. The pencil is big, right? Very long, long. Sehr gut. Wie heißt das Gegenteil von lang? What is the opposite of the long? Then he is saying he is giving the answer. Das Gegenteil von lang ist kurz, right? The opposite of long is short. Richtig, danke. Right, correct. Very nice. Der Lehrer diktiert einen Satz. Asien is gross, aber Europa ist klein. Asia is big, but Europa is small. Die Schüler schreiben den Satz. Right? Herr Robertson fragt den Lehrer, wie heißt klein bitte? Ich verstehe das Wort nicht. Right? What is the meaning of klein bitte? I have not understood that. Verstehen, to understand. Right? Der Lehrer erklärt das Wort nicht, sondern er schreibt ein Beispiel an die Tafel. The teacher doesn't explain the word, but sondern means negation of but, right? But he writes an example on the blackboard. What is the example he has written? Das Kind ist klein. The child is small, right? Die Schüler lernen viele Wörter und bilden Sätze, aber sie machen noch viele Fehler. Der Lehrer verbessert die Fehler. Right? Student makes so many mistakes, but the teacher corrects the mistakes. Verbessern means to correct. Der Lehrer dauert eine Stunde. Right? The lecture ends for an hour. Right? Dann sagt der Lehrer, der Unterricht ist aus. The lecture is over. Auf Wiedersehen. Die Schüler schließen die Bücher, die Hefte und gehen nach Hause. Right? The students close their books and the notebooks and go at home. You can look at this. Many nouns are there. Many nouns are there. Right? Fußboden, Decke, Wand, Tafel, Kreide, Schwamm, Landkarte. So many. Tür, Fenster, Lampe, Tisch, Stuhl, Satz, Fehler. So you have to just make it out and you are going to write it down. What is there it does of all the nouns and what is the plural form of it. Okay. If you get it, then definitely you will get all these things because already we have solved this. Okay. And opposites are like this, but opposites I am not going to ask. But still, for your side, you should make it because it is going to help you to translate. If the paragraph is given to you, again I'm telling you, in the fourth question, the paragraph will be given to you. It may be one or two sentences from this book, right? It may be a formation of the sentence from my side, but I am going to use these nouns only, nouns and verbs. Apart from that, I will not use any kind of so vocabulary. You have to stick with this only. Vocabulary and grammar, fine, but the context is different. The story is different. We can say the story is different. I may narrate a classroom of our college classroom, right? But definitely you will have you will have some whatever nouns we have studied that only you will get. Okay. Mm, then see these are the nouns ke liye to a lot of things are given over here. You will also come to know what is the singular and plural. So I think this is you can say mark it as very important thing, where a lot of nouns are given and their plural forms also given. Okay, so any doubt is there, please you can ask me, right? Again, this is again one of the exercise. So first chapter में तो exercise था वो वाला, this exercise and the singular and plural, obviously, right? Haben झाइन लिया था पहले, now it's like haben, which is also special verb, right? So झाइन और haben उसमें से कोई कुछ तो आने वाला है ही, right? Because special verb is there. So haben, ich habe, du hast, sie hat, wir haben, ihr habt, sie haben. So look at this, how you can conjugate. And haben always take accusative. That also you have to see. Haben always take accusative. So if I want to say I have a pencil, right? If I put this sentence to translate into German, please look at this. If I want to translate, vice versa बोला है, right? So German का English में आप कर सकते हैं ना. English का German में करने का है. Then you have to make sure the accusative dative case, and this is very much important. So even though if I say I have a pencil, I have a pencil, translate into German. Right. Aditi, can you translate? I have a pencil. How you will translate?
Ich, ich habe den
Huh?
Bleistift.
Very nice. A pencil है ना? A pencil है. So you can use make a use of indefinite article. So einen Bleistift. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Ich habe einen Bleistift. Right? I have the pencil, then ich habe, den Bleistift. That is fine. But otherwise, bola hai to try to use indefinite article only. So ich habe einen Bleistift. So which is very correct. So haben always take accusative. Try to understand. Then we have got fragen, antworten, schließen, right? Then you can say machen. Machen means to make. And lot of verbs we have seen, right? Try to understand the action. If there is an action, immediately after that you have to put accusative. If there is a position, let's say if I am saying, right, I am on the street, right? So how can you translate? Aditi, or I am standing. आता standing तर नसेल, but let's say I am on the street. So what you will say? Or I am in the garden. Then ich bin. Yes, Aditi.
Uh,
Ich bin. गार्डन म्हणजे गार्डन, ओके. आणि गार्डन म्हणजे डेअर गार्डन ना.
yes, ha sir.
आणि आणि मग डेअर गार्डनचं कसं येणार? आय एम इन द garden, right? So ich bin in dem Garten. This is the correct one. Or I will say ich bin im Garten. Have you got it? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Very simple. एकदम simple है. Now garden means garden. I know what is garden, right? Garden means garden. And I also know the article, der garden. Der garden आहे. But now it's a position. I am in the garden. मी garden मध्ये आहे. Right? So ich bin in. Now gardenचं der, den, dem. So ich bin in dem Garten. आणि मग in demचं you can have ich bin im Garten. So im is also correct. In dem is also correct. But if you once you are telling yourself where you are, right? Wo bist du? Aditi, wo bist du? I am asking you, Aditi, wo bist du? Where are you now? Yes, wo bist du?
Ich bin im Nalasupara.
No, no, no. Nalasopara is that is what Nalasopara doesn't take any article. बरोबर आहे? So you
Yes, sir.
you you may say in them house, right? I am in the house. So you can say ich bin im Haus. Correct? 1 second. Hello? हाँ हाँ हाँ. Okay. Sorry for some delay. Okay. So something like where we have what we are discussing, Aditi, Habon on accusative case, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay, okay, okay. So that accusative is very, very important. So it depends upon, you can look at this where fract means who has asked, okay, and when fracter to whom he has asked. Both the things are very important. Just listen carefully. Where fract, who ask? Who ask means you are going to put these nouns in nominative form, not in accusative. Huh? Accusative form मध्ये नाही टाकायचे. Why? Because it's like where asked, who has asked, and when fragt air, to whom he has asked. Then you can say er fragt den friend. He asked the friend. So now he is asking to the friend, na? So that's why it is in accusative. So which is this is very important. Was is gross? Who is big? So who is big? Your answer will be in nominative only. Nominative case. Their dish is gross. The table is big. Was zeigt er? प्रथम हे पण आम्हाला गप्प हळू बोल ना जरा. Was zeigt er? Right? What he is showing. So air zeigt den Tisch. He is showing the table. So he is showing na. So that means he is doing some action like that. Okay. Was is false. What is false? Was schreibt er? What he is writing. So er schreibt den Satz. So den Satz it is in accusative. Why? Because he is writing. Right. So where means who, was is for the thing. What? Who and what. This is for person. This is for thing. Zhaka means things. So this is in nominative. Just see this. Accusative क्या है? When und was. When means to whom, and Zhaka means to what. What you are showing or like that. Okay. So this is very, very important. So try to solve this exercise. We have solved it, but you go through it. Then mm, Abshnet dry. So Abshnet dry. It is mostly related to the Jhalan. So that Jhalan is very important. Numbers, the Jhalan. Wir haben here feel a stula. We feel a stula here, seen here. So now how many stools are here? So he's counting now. Na? Wir zählen die Stühle. We are counting the stools. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Wir haben 10 Stühle. Right? And about the money. Right? Here Müller hat viel Geld. He has much money. Er hat viel Stücke und viel Geldscheine. So notes and coins. Now here it is what about the this thing. So I will not read all these things because this is mostly related to your numbers. Please go through it. Look at all these numbers. But now if you look at this thing, this chart, yesterday I have shown it to you, know, this Halan. So same thing it is used in the context. So in the context, same thing is over here, right? So try to understand this Halan. Try to write down on in your notebook. The spelling is very, very important. Zibzish, zigzish. So 60, 70. So S-E-N it is removed. We have seen this. I will not repeat this. And now this Lesenzi and this thing we are having only what? Schreiben Sie, Buchstabieren Sie. So 73. So drei und zibzish. 73. Drei und zibzish. So that spelling you are going to write down. Buchstabieren. To spell the that particular number. Fear, Abschnitt fear, eine Reise. It's very nice chapter, the journey. Herr Brauer wohnt in Keon. Mr. Brauer stays in Keon. Herr fährt. Heute fährt er nach Frankfurt. In this particular chapter, you can see a lot of irregular verbs are given. Irregular verbs. Only that is important. Otherwise, this chapter is so simple one. Right? Look at all the context. I will not read all the context. Right? Herr Brauer nimmt den Schnellzug. Er kauft eine Fahrkarte, steig in und geht in ein Abteil. Now steig ein. So what is the verb? Verb is einsteigen. it is a separable verb. So that separable verb I have not put it for conjugation, but even though if I put it, then also it's very simple one, you know. For example, the verb is what? Abfahren, right? So abfahren is the verb, but how you are going to conjugate? It's like, you know, ich fahre, du fährt, ich fahre ab, du fährst ab, sie fährt ab, wir fahren ab, ihr fahrt ab, sie fahren ab. So conjugation is so simple, you know. Conjugation is not much, you can say, the difficult part. Whatever the ab, ein, or aus. Now aussteigen is the verb. So steigen means you are going to conjugate like the original one. No? Ich steige, steige, du steigst, sie steigt, wir steigen, ihr steigt, sie steigen. And after that you have to put what? Whatever aus or ein is there. Aussteigen means to get out. Einsteigen means to get in. Abfahren means to depart. Fahren means to travel. Ankommen means to arrive. Only kommen means to come. See this, huh? These verbs are, you know, very, very important ones. How you are going to conjugate is very important. So if I'm saying, if I'm ask you, the train departs at 4 o'clock from Vasai, right? How you will put in the German, Aditi? Hello, hello, hello. Am I audible? Hello, hello,
Yes, sir.
Dhruva. Okay, okay. Aryan, can you tell me? I'm writing this. The train departs at 4 a.m., p.m., whatever it is. Let's say p.m. from Vasai. So how you will translate?
Sir,
Der
der,
Zug, Zug,
der
correct.
sucht
Now while writing,
Abfahren.
while yes, no, no, while writing, I'm just telling while writing Z is capital. Huh? Please take it very, carefully. Write it very carefully. Yes,
Der
Der Zug.
Zug abfahren.
No, no, no. Der Zug
Uh,
fährt ab. Ab you have to put at the end of the
fährt
sentence.
ab.
Der Zug fährt um
Vier,
Uhr 16 Uhr, na? 16.
yes, sir.
Because it's
16 Uhr.
24-hour clock, na?
Yes, sir. 16 Uhr.
On was
On
सही
Vasai.
on was सही ab.
Ab.
Now you got it, Aryan,
Yes.
कळलं?
Yes, sir.
Yes. All the students, have you got this? Very important, na? Very, very important. See, now this is a English sentence. You have to convert it to German. There, the train departs at 4 p.m. from Vasai. So we know for depart, what is the verb? Abfahren. Abfahren is a separable verb. Now separable verb, the prefix is what? Ab. So this ab you have to put at the end of the sentence, and this fahren you have to conjugate at the second place. Now the noun is what? Their train. So der Zug. Fährt, you conjugated that. Now for at, what is the preposition, right? And for PM, or now let's say if it is AM, if it is AM, then you have to put fear only, fear ur only, because it is 24 hours clock. Try to understand this, okay? And from, it is nothing but phone wasai, and then ab, right? Or let's say if on the reverse way, again the same thing, you know, the train, or you can say that the auto arrives at, let's say, arrives at 8 a.m., 8 a.m. to Virar, let's say. Okay, Aryan, again try this.
Das Auto.
Very nice. A capital.
Uh,
Then uncommon is the verb, correct?
yes, sir. So,
So
kommt
um,
8
acht Uhr
8 Uhr
to Vasai. To means टू मीन्स एक तो नाक आएगा,
नाक,
नाक विरार,
विरार,
राइट, नाक विरार, और यू कैन से झू विरार, टू
yes.
वसई. Okay, so this is phone, this is zoo, or Nak. Nak means, let's say if I want to, travel to Germany, like that, it's very far away. Okay, then I can use a verb called as Nak. Otherwise, at near place, in say Mumbai only. So I may use a preposition of zoo, like that. Okay, and obviously, sorry, here it is an. Ankommen is the verb, na. An I have forgotten to write. Das Auto kommt un Aktor zu virar an. Okay, so then your actually sentence becomes correct. Okay, ankommen is the verb. Do not forget that prefix because it's a separable verb. And if I'm saying the teacher, or if I'm saying Mr. Aryan, Mr. Aryan goes in the cinema theater, right, to watch movie Avan Khenda. Alright, इतना बड़ा नहीं करेंगे, but let's say Mr. Aryan goes in the cinema. Yes, Aryan, try this.
Sir, here Aryan.
Very nice, very nice. That's what I want. Here
Oh,
Aryan, here is very important, right? Mr. Aryan Gehet
Gehet, Gehet, uh,
in
in
Kino. That's it.
Inskino,
Why in? Because it is in das Kino.
Daskino.
Okay, in das Kino. Okay, so that's why it is ins. ओके, अगर आता मी इकडे मल्टीप्लेक्स किंवा थिएटर लिहिलं, सो वी नो इट, थिएटर इज द वर्ब, थिएटर, आणि इट इज थिएटर, थिएटर, अँड दिस इज नथिंग बट देअर थिएटर. हा, दस थिएटर नाही आहे. इन देन थिएटर, बट नाउ थिएटर बेटर I will not ask, forget that. Okay, so here Aryan get in Skino, right? Mr. Aryan goes in the theater. Okay, now let's say I am the teacher, you are the students. आदित्य आली का? हॅलो.
Yes, sir.
हा, आदिती बोल, याचा ट्रान्सलेट कर. आय एम द टीचर अँड यू आर द स्टुडंट्स. हे तर झालेलं आहे आपल्याला, राईट? इश.
Ich bin
हा,
das.
नो, डस कुठून काढला? डस म्हणजे न्यूट्रल ना. अँड यू आर अ
Ich
लेडी
bin
टीचर. इज
der
बीन दी,
only
इज बीन दी.
Lehrer,
हा,
Lehrerin
हा, लेरेरिन. इज
und
बीन दी लेरेरिन उन इर झाइड. यू आर द स्टुडंट्स ना. इर झाइड दी शिवलेअर. कळलं का? हॅलो,
yes, sir.
हॅलो.
Yes, sir.
You are the students. Und ihr seid die Schüler. Schüler. कळलं? आता डेल लेरेरिन. आता
सर
हेच
इनसाइड
आर्यन.
कारण ते प्लुरल आहे म्हणून ना.
हा, आणि आता आर्यन कसं म्हणेल? इज बीन डेअर
Ich
लेरर
bin
म्हणेल, कळलं?
der Lehrer und ihr
हा,
seid die Schüler.
Schüler. That is fine. But now this is very important. Huh? This is very very important. Okay. So Aditi will never write is been their lerer. आदितीने असं दिलं तर तिला शून्य मार्क. कारण का? बिकॉज शी इज द गर्ल, राईट? शी इज अ लेडी टीचर. लेडी टीचर आहे तर इज बीन डी लेरर इन असंच म्हणेल ती. सो वाईल ट्रान्सलेशन ऑल्सो इट विल मेक लाईक दॅट. सो पण इंग्लिशमध्ये आपण असं म्हणत नाही ना, राईट? आय एम द लेडी टीचर असं म्हणतो का? आदिती असं म्हणतेस का तू?
No, sir.
हा, you will also say, you will always write, I am a, or let's say if I am saying I am a student. Suppose आदिती म्हणते I am a student, तर कसं म्हणणार? इश बिन, आदिती बोल.
Schülerin.
हा, डी शिवलेरीन नाही, स्टुडंट टीन किंवा शिवलेरीन चालतं. शिवलेरीन, इश बिन दी शिवलेरीन, कळलं? आणि आर्यन कसा म्हणेल? इश बिन डेअर.
Ich bin der Schüler.
व्हेरी नाईस. ओके,
स्टुडंटीन कधी वापरतात?
ऍक्च्युली स्टुडंटीन पाहिजे, शिवलेरीन नाही. ते मला उगाच कन्फ्युज करते आदिती. स्टुडंटीन पाहिजे. नाही, इज बीन देअर स्टुडंट. कळलं? हॅलो.
नाही कळलं सर.
स्टुडंट, स्टुडंट आणि स्टुडंट इन. दिस इज वॉट फेमिनाइन, and you are a male, so their student.
सर पण मग वरती आपण स्टुडंट साठी शिवलेअर का वापरतो आणि खाली स्टुडंट का वापरतो मग?
ऍक्च्युली शिवलेर, शिवलेर पण वापरू शकतो. शिवलेर म्हणजे ऍक्च्युली द क्लासरूम झालं ते ऍक्च्युली. कळलं का नाही? सो हिअर यू मे राईट स्टुडंट और स्टुडंट 10, तसं पण चालेल.
ओके सर.
इज राईट दी स्टुडंट 10, राईट डी स्टुडंट 10, इज देअर स्टुडंट डी स्टुडंट, राईट. डी स्टुडंट स्टुडंटच आहे. ओके. पण स्टुडंट पण आहे, पण शिवलेरिन इज मच मोर बेटर, यु नो. शिवलेरिन इज मच मोर बेटर. शिवलेरिन or it's been there, it's been the Schuylerin. Is had Schuylerin नाही होणार. Okay. One second. Let me see that context. आपलं गेलंय ना ते कंटेक्स्ट, गेलंय ना स्टुडंट आणि स्टुडंट इन. चूज रिमेन म्हटलं तर क्लासरूम होतं. कळलं का? दिस इज क्लासरूम and here in this context it is given. शिवलेर बरोबर आहे. इज इन डी शिवलेर. डी शिवलेर म्हणजे स्टुडंटच आहे. शिवलेर रिन नाही होणार, शिवलेरच होणार. शिवलेर, right? Here it is the context. See, I am the teacher and this in D Schuler. You are the students. Like that only. Okay. Is it okay? Hello.
येस सर.
Okay. Der Schuler, D Schulerin. The student, the studentin म्हणजे student. Actually student हा हेच नाहीये. There is no letter called as student. Student असं नाहीच आहे. Is been there Schuler. Is been there Schuler. आणि आदित्य म्हणेल इज बीन दी शिवलेरिन. शिवलेरिन. करेक्ट. आता फिक्स झालं एकदम. इज इट फिक्स नाव आदित्य? हॅलो.
येस येस.
Yes, sir.
ओके. अँड देअर शिवलेर, त्याचं प्लुरल फॉर्म काय? दी शिवलेर. सेम जे आपण लिहिले ना, देअर शिवलेर डी शिवलेर, राईट. सो यू आर हॅव्हिंग दिस इन द चार्ट ऑल्सो. सी, देअर शिवलेर डी शिवलेर, डेअर लेअरर डी लेअरर. सो द टीचर्स असं असेल तर तो वापरू शकतो ना, डेअर लेअरर डी लेअरर. सो स्टिक विथ दिस. ओके. ओके. So is it fine? Some of the examples also we have taken. If you have got some, let's say some of the like a revision type of lecture, then Saturday in the evening we will take. Okay. And Sunday morning at 11 to 12 we will have the actually exam. Is it okay? Hello.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
ओके सर.
Any doubt? Anything? You can ask me later also. I'm stopping the recording. Let me